Come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable, and catch this information now. Please tell me, you guys, in the chat whether or not you are available to hear me live. So let's see if I can get a couple of things handled on my end, a little bit of the logistics that we have going on. Let me know whether or not you guys can hear me live here on the stream. Let me see if I can grab this and see if I can hear myself. Hopefully you guys can. You are in for an absolute treat on today. Normally I'll have a secondary slide up, something pulled up to let me know whether or not you guys can hear me okay, but hopefully you can. Welcome to the stream today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have been through this morning. We have absolutely been through this morning, but I'm glad you guys are here with me to enjoy this stream on today, the Meet the Visionary of the To Teach or Not to Teach Beyond the Classroom, Volume 3, right? Conference is next weekend, Saturday. We'll talk more about that a little bit later, but I wanted to welcome you into the room. Go ahead and be coachable, teachable, trainable. Drop your city and state below this chat to let us know where our stream is reaching on today. Come on into the room, be excited with us, grab this information, and go ahead and begin to share the stream. So currently we are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. And currently I'm live on my IG, and my visionary is live on her IG as well. So I can't tell you where to go out there on IG and find us because I'm still learning that in these internet streets. However, you can go to my profile or you can go to my visionary, Stephanie J. Sanders, founder of Cultivated Minds Enterprises, and another treat, which we'll announce later, to see if you can follow us and go ahead and engage with us. So today we're going to actually interview the visionary of this entire project, and we're going to give you a little bit more information. So take the time to go ahead and share that stream. And before we bring her to the stage, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and shout her out just a little bit, right? And give her flowers right now. So Stephanie J. Sanders, a 10-year educator, a 2-time Teacher of the Year, Educator of Distinction, author, collaborator, state champion, tennis coach, CEO, as you heard me say, founder of Cultivated Minds Enterprises, and a little treat that we'll talk about a little bit later. She helps educators to leverage their recession-proof skills to create financial security. And here's the plug for my girl, Stephanie J. Sanders.
Hey, it's your girl, Stephanie J. Sanders, and I am a relentless go-getter who wants to change the world one person at a time by providing education and resources to educators who want to be financially secure while doing what they love. You see, at age 24, my whole world was taken from me by someone else's perception. I couldn't afford heat, so I took cold showers. I couldn't afford a bed, so I slept on the floor. I worked every day of my good job, but my struggle was real. I worked 10 plus hours daily, putting all my time into my students, creating routines for shows, practicing for football games twice a week, driving 50 miles a day, until one day my past cost me everything. And that's when I realized that the value I added to that good job meant nothing to them, but everything to me. So I'm here to show you how to leverage your skills so you will never have to worry about outside forces taking what you worked so hard for. You are in control of your legacy, so be the person you never had with the knowledge that will change your life.
So guys, welcome to the stream with me, my girl, my bestie, the second part of the duo, Stephanie J. Sanders, visionary for the Beyond the Classroom Volume 3 project. How you doing, girl?
Hello. I am amazing. How about yourself?
I am beyond amazing as well. Thank you for asking. So guess what we're going to get into today, Miss Visionary?
What?
We're going to get into you. So look, today we're here to talk about number one, the project that you have upcoming. We're here to talk about the visionary and the vision that you had behind it. So we're going to talk about you, the visionary, but we're also going to talk about the vision that you had beyond this project. And we're going to talk about your lineage of books, ma'am, if we can get into that as well. And we're going to talk about your upcoming project. How's that sound?
That sounds like a lot to talk about. That's what that sounds like.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. You have a lot going on, and that is a wonderful thing about everything that you have going on. So I do want to mention it on the front end that if you guys have no idea who we are, what this is, what we're talking about the To Teach or Not to Teach Beyond the Classroom Volume 3 project. And next weekend, we have a virtual conference that will be live on our social media platforms. But you're available to register early so you can kind of get in the room and get some good beforehand. And you would go to beyondtheclassroomcoauthors.com. So let's see if I can flip that one over. So at the bottom of your screen, usually on the bottom left-hand side, you'll see the link, beyondtheclassroomcoauthors.com/register. You want to go ahead and register for that now. And shortly before the conference, you'll get the actual link, or you can muddle around on social media and you can find the links because we'll be live everywhere. So we made sure we got that plug in for the conference as well. So let's jump into you. Who is Stephanie J. Sanders outside of this project first?
Outside of this project, she is a teacher, a high school English teacher of 14 years now. I'm also a tennis coach. I also help out with the National Honor Society. You know, I'm very much involved in education, very much so. I'm also a caregiver, so I do that as well. But that's me, a person that likes to write, likes to read, that likes to help people. And now I am the visionary for this here project, and there are many more to come.
Absolutely. So when you say full-time caregiver, what exactly does that mean?
Currently I take care of my mom. My mom is down here with me. She's been down here for the past 4 years. So that's awesome. I love having her. But yeah, I take care of my mom.
So you are jumping into the third decade of your life on this journey, and you have spent a little less than half of that time as an educator, and now you've spent basically the last couple of years of your life, up to 4 years of your life, being a caregiver. What do you do for you?
Take these things called naps every once in a while. No, but I go to the gym. You know, I still travel once in a while. I'm not an avid traveler. I'm not out here traveling the world, but you know, I do take time out because that is a huge thing. And that's something that we're going to talk about in the conference as well. You know, being an educator, like I said, I'm extremely involved in what I do, right? My heart is extremely involved. So I'm extremely involved. But you need to take time out for yourself, whether that be the gym, whether that be a hobby that you may have, painting, whatever that is. And that's what we discuss. Well, that's what we're going to discuss at the conference as well. And it's not just for teachers. It's not just for educators. You know, everyone can suffer from burnout, right? Whether you have a CEO position, a supervisor position, heck, even if you at the cashier, right? You could cashier one too many times, right? So burnout is a real thing professionally. And then I have an amazing speaker that's going to talk more about that and how to avoid doing that.
Okie dokie. So let me ask you this question about the process that has honestly led you as we segue into the the vision portion of the project. So as you see at the bottom right-hand corner, it says, meet my visionary. What was your mindset behind, creating this project? I know you have, before I get into that, you have 1, 2, 3 published manuscripts here. And I know we had our first project together where we were a part of the Teach or Not to Teach movement here, where we moved forward with giving, some great tips. As we know, it was a collaborative book for educators sharing stories and tips on the controversial topic of leaving or staying in the classroom. So let me ask you step by step, what was your mindset in this particular project?
To Teach or Not to Teach, my very first book, my mindset, honestly, I wanted to be an author. You know, I went to school originally how I found A&T. I wanted to be an author of children's books, right? And then one day, I kid you not, God slapped me in the face and was like, no, you need a job, okay, when you graduate. So my English degree / creative writing degree, when you think about it, I didn't know at that time where I would be able to work, what my possibilities were. So, teaching was the next best thing for me because I've taught in New York before I even came down here since 16 years old, doing after school programs. And I've always enjoyed that. But it led me on the path of being an educator. didn't forget about being an author. So when the opportunity presented itself, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm what they call a risk taker, but I capitalize off of every opportunity, right? If this is something that I wanted to do, then let's do it. Let's see where it takes me. And it took me to the next book.
Absolutely. So thank you for that segue. Let's move into the next book. So in that book, you wanted to be an author, and of course, you capitalized on the opportunity when it came into your sphere, into your vision, into your ability to see it. So the next one, To Teach or Not to Teach project, you were a part of this project, the Classroom CEO, a teacherpreneur's guide to running a business while running a classroom. What were your
Yes.
thought process for this one?
So I actually got the idea for this current book during that project.
Yes.
So, after linking up with Shanine and being on the first project and it just being amazing, right? Not only am I the author that I said that I wanted to be, I'm writing about things that, real life experiences, right? I've been in education at that time for 12, 13 years. And I have a lot to say, right? I've been a mentor several times and those things. So to get the opportunity to do that was amazing. So the second book is about how I run a classroom successfully and a business. So I'm also a business owner, as Martina mentioned, the owner of Cultivated Minds Enterprises, right? Where we educate, cultivate, and inspire you to be the person that you never had. So what does that mean? Well, I help teachers leverage themselves, right? Leverage your gifts, leverage your skills, and to really understand the business process, which is it's the process. Okay. So that's how I help educators, but I do it successfully. So with that, I had the opportunity to express how I do that and what are some of the tools that assist me in being able to do both the classroom and my business. Now, in thinking about the next project, which is this book currently, I started to realize that beyond the classroom means many things. It means you can still be in the classroom like me. I'm still very much so in the classroom. I will be teaching AP Lit and composition as well as 10th grade next year. So I'm very much in the classroom. But I'm also beyond the classroom walls in the fact that I now am an author. I'm a speaker. I also have my own business. So it started me to think about all the other amazing people that I work around, all the other teachers out there that have all these gifts, like planning, the ability to plan a prom, the ability to plan events, student government for scholars, right? You can actually take that to the next level. So I wanted to meet different people in different backgrounds who started in the classroom, but now have gone beyond the classroom and are now helping in a better capacity, whether that be as a climate coach, as a principal, as a contractor, but using your gifts that you cultivated in education to get you to the next level. So that's how this third one came about.
I was getting ready to say, I hope they heard the nuggets you just dropped as a climate coach, as an entrepreneur, as a principal, as a network literacy specialist, like as a government contractor, as an editor. There are so many topics and nuggets in each of these books. And again, I'm excited, that you have kept the lineage going. So now you are a triple threat, ma'am. Now you are a triple threat. So in regards to that and what you did to, transition through this process, going from wanting to be an author, then becoming a speaker, and now through all of this, you've been a business owner, a caretaker, like a homeowner. Like, how many of you guys understand how important it is to say you want to do something, to be relentless, to be unstoppable, and to get it done? And then not only saying you want it to be an author, but then to be a triple threat in this just one industry. Not to drip a little bit more, but my next question or my final question will be what's next. But I'm not going to get into the what's next just yet. I want to talk a little bit more about where you are in the process that it's taken on this particular project and this journey. You mentioned all the different chapters in the book. So that means those chapters had authors, right?
When you say the chapters in the book, you mean the table of contents?
Yes.
Yes, those are actual people.
Yeah, so we're not just talking about she has different listings. We're talking about her ability to bring together a community of teachers and to create a collaborative environment. The WhatsApp chat that you created for this group has been off the chain. So I want to talk a little bit about your vision with regards to how you put this project together and what it's meant, not just for you. And if you guys missed any of the interviews, we have to let you know how to get those. But even for the interviewees and the co-authors in this project.
Um, Repeat the question.
I want to know your thought process with how you brought them together. You know what I'm saying? Your vision for how you brought them together, how y'all delivered these specific topics in this collaborative environment that you've created.
Well, being a part of the first two projects, I had an idea of how I wanted this project to go. But the main thing that I wanted to focus on was that community that you mentioned. Community is a big thing with me. Without a village, the town won't get built. Okay.
Right.
So I needed to find people that, could connect and resonate with this book, with this project. So I am super, super happy to have the 7 individuals that I have in the book that you'll get to meet during the conference. Again, if you have not seen the interviews, you need to go back and look at them. I have some terrific and outstanding individuals that are teachers. They are educators. They sound like superheroes, though. Like when you hear the interview, they sound like superheroes because not only are they in the classroom, they're doing all these other things, and it's so amazing. But I wanted to make sure that we were together. I wanted to make sure that we knew who we were. I wanted to make sure that it felt like a family when we did this. So that WhatsApp chat, yes, we are in it heavy, and I just love it. I love the energy that all 7 authors have. And it's just been an amazing journey just to be with them. They all have personality, which is awesome because some people can be reclusive, and be away from this project, but all 7 authors are very much so involved. They very much so have their own personality that I have fallen in love with. And it's just been amazing. And I will be really, really sad when it comes to an end, but this whole thing has been amazing.
So let's just drip onto the screen really quickly who those co-authors are. And if you want to just, give a little nibble of information about each one so that we can make sure that people understand the vast walks that these individuals came from. I know that's a lot to remember in one thing, but your vision to bring this community together, look who landed in your new family, as I heard you just mention.
Yes. So all of these amazing people. So none of us are from the same place. So all of us is in different locations, which I absolutely love. We have Anita in North Carolina. We have Miss Evie. I want to say she is in Memphis. I want to say that.
Look, when we hear her speak on next Saturday, we will figure out exactly where she's from. Her personality is amazing.
Yes, we have Miss Anish. She's in Ohio. We have Takia and Christopher. They are in Maryland. We have Miss Chanel, who is in Jersey by way of Barbados. And we have Miss LaQuinda, who right now is in Miami. But I believe, where does LaQuinda? I believe she resides in Atlanta. So they're from every walk of life. It's not just one area. They come from different backgrounds. They have experience all the way from elementary all the way up to the collegiate level. Christopher, I know, is getting his PhD. Chanel is on that road as well. They're doing some amazing things outside the classroom. And it's just, they're growing their gifts. things that they already had inside of them. They're just taking it to the next level.
Speaking of next level, good segue. So, for you to take the opportunity to have a vision to become an author, then for you to have the inkling to share and show people how you actually balance both of them in your second manuscript, and then to come to the third manuscript where now you yourself, take a step outside of the teacher to not to teach movement and really harness, because that is exactly what you did in this project. You really harnessed what we love to call the takeover ministry, and you really took over the mindset of growing your group, your community, your authors, and this pivotal 7 individuals. How has working with them now changed you and launched you into your next project?
They give me the energy. They give me those positive affirmations that this is the lane that I need to be in. This is the lane that I'm excelling in, right? This is my lane. Like I said, each and every one of them have different personalities. We didn't know each other from a can of paint when we first came together, but it's like we've known each other forever. But all of that, what they're doing, they're taking what we're giving them, they're expressing it in their way. And it's like forcing me, like pushing me to go farther. It's pushing me to go harder for them, right? They ask questions that I don't think about, and it's like, wow, yeah, let's do that. Let's change this. Let's do this, and it's just invigorating. Just like, again, that the vibe that we have just makes me want to do more. So with that leads me to the next step in my process. This trilogy, right, that I have has launched me to the next logical step in this series.
So, as a teacher, speaking of your next step, as a speaker, as an author, as a business owner, as a caregiver, as a homeowner, as an entrepreneur, just everything. Now, as a visionary launching into your next project, just give them a small snippet of what that project is or will be.
Well, the project will be teacher specific, teacher focused. It will enable a plethora of teachers as well as administration, or those within the educational sector, to start thinking out the box, to start really looking at themselves so they can be successful in education.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So think about that, guys. And I hope you take from, the vision of what we're trying to get you guys to understand, to see, to hear, to feel. She had her own mindset of wanting something for herself. And through these projects, it really elevated one of her signature statements, which is to be the person you never had. Not only did she become the person that she didn't have, or the vision that she saw, it allowed her to then take the time to say, not only do I want to be the person that I never had, but I want to build and I want to bring together a community of this particular genre, which is the teaching industry, the education industry, and I want to help those people now become the people that they never had, and I want this to grow. And so her next project, as she said, will even extend beyond that, and she will be the lead on that project outside of it, and it is a part of the Beyond the Classroom movement that she is creating. I love that mindset to come from, these are my thoughts, and now this is what I want to do for others. And then to already have people that are opting in and wanting to be a part of that project has been amazing. So tentatively, when will that project release? We're not going to name it now, because that's why you guys have to come to the conference next week. That's why you need to be registering now at beyondtheclassroomcoauthors.com/register, so that you can hear all of that good on next week. So again, tentatively, when will we be dropping that information?
We'll be dropping the information
what I said.
June next week at the conference, which you guys are going to be all a part of. So make sure you register. But the actual project will begin in July. So you do have time to get the word out that there is another project coming out. And I'm super excited about this next project. If you know a teacher, if you are a teacher, if you know someone in education, make sure you stay tuned, make sure you register, make sure you get on that conference so we can get your information so you can join the waiting list. So when I launch it, when it begins up in July, you guys will have information.
Absolutely. So I hope you guys heard that and you understand where we are with that. I'm gonna see if I can get that going across the bottom of the screen, that conference information in just a moment. And of course, if you want to, okay, like this because you're enjoying the information that we're sharing, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and select the bell so you can get notifications, especially the notification for next week when we're live on the conference. Also, go ahead and take the opportunity, Stephanie, if you would now, to tell us in I guess almost what they call it, a 1 minute or a 2 minute soundbite, who you are, what it is that you do, what we have coming up, and what's next for you. Give me just one moment to shift the screen, and I want you to enjoy this time giving that information.
Well, my name is Stephanie J. Sanders. I help teachers leverage their recession-proof skills to create financial security. I also help teachers become published authors as well. And that's who I am, what I do, and I hope that made the time.
You are such a gem. So, guys, if you don't know or understand and you haven't had the opportunity, please go and follow Stephanie J. Sanders, visionary for this project, but even outside of that, CEO of Cultivated Mind Enterprises, LLC. Follow her on her social media platform. Go ahead and drop those, what those are, where they can find you, Steph.
All right. So as it concerns Instagram, you can follow me on Beyond the THEE, Beyond the Classroom, or Cultivated Minds Enterprises. So that's Beyond the THEE Classroom and Cultivated Minds Enterprises. My name is Stephanie J. Sanders on all other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. That is Stephanie J. Sanders.
So I want to throw this curveball as we close out. This is a question that I'm pretty sure you're easily available to answer, and that's, have you ever imagined a career beyond the classroom using your current educator skills? I know that's not where you probably entered the educator sector to think about, but this project and this question, I want even those of you who are watching this, those of you who are catching the replay, because this will set you up for the information that you're going to receive on next week. Have you ever imagined a career beyond the classroom using your current educator skill set? Did you imagine this is where you would be as we close out, Steph?
Never. I didn't even imagine myself as an educator. So the fact that I'm on that path was something different, because again, I wanted to be an author. That's all I knew when I went to school. I just wanted to be an author, but I didn't know, that I could use my experience to gain authorship, that I can use my gifts that I have in the classroom to write about and help others do the same thing, right? Because I am successful in the classroom. So as a mentor in the classroom to colleagues, I want to help them as well. So instead of just limiting myself, now I can help the world, if you will, right? Because books, they don't have limitations. So I can now help other teachers, get to where I am now a lot faster because education is a journey too. So help cut out some of those pitfalls and give them some resources that I've used that helped me be successful. So no, didn't know I could do that. Didn't know it was a thing. Didn't know it was a lane. But as you grow in your profession, you'll notice that you create your own lane nowadays. So I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm creating my own lane for my thoughts. So yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So, guys, if right now you are, in an industry, even outside of the teaching industry, what I hope you heard from this visionary is she didn't even imagine this point in her life. She started out with one mindset, that she wanted to be an author, and she was available to do that. And she was available to become an author in her first project. So I didn't hear you drop this, so I'll go ahead and drop it. If you are available, you can go to IamStephanieJSanders.com, and that's where you are available to see the lineage of books, but to go ahead and grab this trilogy right now. You also are available to go to presale.stephaniejsanders.com. Is that correct? Or is it presale.IamStephanieJSanders? I'll pull that up in just a minute to grab that information now. Yes, that's what it is. I'll drop it onto the screen. So that you guys can support this author right now, and so that you can go ahead and grab these manuscripts. And of course, register for next week's conference at beyondtheclassroomcoauthor.com/register. So any final words as we close out?
No, just if you're thinking about becoming an author, I say just do it. Just do it. If that is a passion of yours, if you thought about it, if somebody said you should write a book, I say go for it.
Absolutely. Be the person that you never had. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Do what it is that you are purposed to do. You guys hear me say that a lot. Do what it is that you are purposed to do. And if you have no idea what that is, what are people asking you about? What are people asking you constantly about? And you do with ease something that they struggle with. That's what you are purposed to do. So I hope you have enjoyed my visionary on today. My name is Brandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton, founder of Family First Designs, a brand new agency, along with my interviewee and visionary Stephanie J. Sanders. We hope to see you on next week. Thank you so much for your time on today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.